If you don't mind. What have you noticed changing in your body since you've turned age 40?
Everything. Nothing's in the right place anymore.
Everything.
Can't look in the mirror. Everything's sagging. Just doesn't look the same as when I was 20.
All right. Everyone seems to agree with that. We've come to our final stop for the over 40s essentials, and that's the kitchen. And joining us is a dietitian who has worked with thousands of women at the world-renowned Cleveland Clinic, Kristin Kirkpatrick. Kristin, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dr. Rice.
How important is nutrition for women after they pass the age of 40?
Well, it's actually crucial because as we get into our 40s, we burn less calories due to a decrease in muscle mass. So you can't eat in your 40s the way you did in your 20s and 30s and not expect to gain weight.
Yes, I learned that.
So the first, how'd you learn that?
By eating.
All right. Just making sure. All right, the first essential item after the age of 40 is iron. And why is that?
Well, a lot of my patients say to me in their 40s, you know, I'm just fatigued, I have a loss of energy. And I always ask them, are you getting enough iron in your diet? So iron helps with that energy loss, and it's a really delicious way to get nutrients in that you essentially need once you get past those 20s and 30s. We typically think of spinach as the iron source that we get in a plant-based form, but I always say you can snack your way towards more iron by consuming more dried fruits.
All right, the next essential item is lean protein.
Yes. So lean protein is so important, Dr. Oz, because we want to build that muscle mass, number one, and protein also helps us to stay fuller longer. That's going to help with preventing that weight gain. So we have a few items in the refrigerator of some great lean protein sources. We typically think of chicken. When you think lean protein, you think chicken, and you kind of think, okay, well, I've done that a million times. What other things are out there? And I encourage you to really think outside of the box. So we've got quinoa, which is wonderful. You can use it the same way you would couscous. We have something called, you're going to try it?
She's going to try it for sure.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
Have you not had quinoa before?
No, never even heard of it.
This is a real treat. You know, it's a whole grain. A lot of folks don't. I use it a lot in the home. And you have seitan here.
We have seitan. So seitan, it's similar to chicken, but it is not an animal source. It's actually the protein from wheat. Don't be scared. It's actually pretty good.
It actually tastes, I think, fabulous. You can barbecue it. You can prepare it the way you prepare a lot of other meat products. What do you think?
Pretty good. Not
Pretty
bad.
good? Like, pretty good. Like, can I eat it again? Pretty good? Or
Yeah, like this. I know how to make it. As long as you make it right, I think it'll be good.
And what is this?
So this, Dr. Oz, is freekeh. And
Freekeh?
Freekeh.
You taste that one first.
Okay.
If you like it, then I'll taste it.
It's a traditional Middle Eastern grain. It's a great source of protein, but it's also lower in carbohydrate than brown rice. So again, all of these things are with the goal of helping you to not gain the weight that you said you've been gaining since your 20s and 30s.
What do you think of that?
It's pretty good.
It's all tolerable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Listen, the big story here is to focus you in on the essentials of what happens after age 40. Don't get marketed to, don't get played. We just covered the absolutely essential items from 3 world experts that you need in your life after age 40. If you respect yourself and you appreciate who you are inside, that'll get you where you need to be. We'll just sort of nudge you over the top so you don't feel that futility that some of our guests have talked about today. Thank you for joining us very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
To all my experts, to Jen, Bobby, and Kristin, and all my guests.